Hey, Salvador Brigden here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. And today I want to get into the 10 Kickstarter tips from crowdfunding experts that I would like to pass on to you. If you're trying to start an upcoming Kickstarter campaign, crowdfunding campaign, you're getting a ton of advice from today's YouTube video. And make sure that if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you do like it. And be sure to stick around until the end because I'm going to share something with you coming up right after this.
You can't just say, well, I'm on Kickstarter now and hope for the best. You know, very rarely is it ever you build it and then they will come. You have to build that community as well. And that's what social media marketing is really valuable for, because you can start to spread your brand awareness and spread your message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, things like that, you know, whatever channel makes sense. And you can start to spread the message out beyond Kickstarter.
Okay,
so
good.
it's really important to be able to do that, because otherwise you're going to sit out there with your goal and just watching it every day and it's never going to go anywhere.
No, you can't just tell a few friends. You've got to get it to spread.
Right.
For having a good pitch, we know you want to have a video as part of your campaign. If you have a video, you raise on average 114% more money than if you do not have a video. Campaigns that hit their targets on average will hit their target on day 36 of a 47-day long campaign.
On the video, how long is the video?
We would suggest between 2 to 3 minutes. Shorter is better.
And
More
is
important is not the length of the video, but the fact that there's people in it, it's engaging. It's not about selling or begging, but rather that you're trying to explain what you're trying to accomplish, how much you're trying to raise, what can people get in return, and why should they get involved.
And it's sort of a authentic, intimate, this is who I am, this is why I'm doing
Absolutely. People care about the story as much as they care about just giving you money.
And people, I would imagine, people give to people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We looked at crowdfunding in general as a possible way to launch it. And every site that we played around with and kind of even the people that we talked to about it kept looking at the term crowdfunding, and they kept emphasizing the funding part. And when we looked at Kickstarter and started talking to the people who worked at Kickstarter, they really talked us into shifting that and focusing on the word crowd instead. The funding will happen. What you gotta do is build the crowd.
You can't just start a Kickstarter project and expect that strangers will start throwing money your way. So Seal Merchant wants to know how to get the word out. I believe that my campaign was funded so quickly because I spent a lot of time building an audience. For months I've been talking about this movie on Indie Mogul, and I've been encouraging people to go like the Facebook page, which had 1,700 fans before I launched on Kickstarter. So your first question shouldn't be, can I raise $5,000 for a film? It should be, can I find an audience first?
I treat Kickstarter no different than anything else. Just because you have an ICE thing that you want to do and you decided to do it on Kickstarter because that's a platform that has virality, back to the question about Medium and LinkedIn, that's fine. The answer is the same. Facebook dark posts targeting people that give a crap about ice cream and ices, putting out content in blog form, guest contributing. I would literally email every single person that has a blog of any size or magnitude that plays in your space. I didn't look deeply, but if you're in organic ices or just ices or desserts or ice cream culture, I would map out the 700 people that are in that space that have blogs or media outlets and reach out to them and say, I'd like to guest contribute. Talk about Italian ices or ice cream or dessert culture in America or the world generally, not spamming like I want to tell you about my product. It's all about being content and not being about infomercials. Too many of the people watching this show and the rest of the world, when they think about content, they hear Billy Mays and infomercial. When I think about content, I hear New York Times and Scandal. Get it?
We tell everybody the first thing you should do is, email your friends, your mailing list. I mean, everybody knows how to share their stuff these days. And that's they're pushing the boat out into the water. And what they're hoping for is that first generation of people are quickly gonna be like, I wanna support this, or I think this is compelling enough to share, or hopefully both. And then we also have people who come to Kickstarter now as we've grown, and they look through and they're looking at areas of interest or, projects that we've featured in our newsletter or things like that. But once something of interesting gets out into the web, it just takes a life of its own. Blogs write about it because, blogs are looking to write 50 stories a day. So these things things just shoot out there.
Start a mailing list the first time you go on the internet if you can. First time you launch your website, because these are people who you are gathering their information, their emails from, who are waiting to buy from you. So you'll put a little banner up on your website that says, join my mailing list, and I'll let you know when my book is out. Your mailing list is one of your most important assets because these are repeat customers. Repeat customers are the best customers too. They're people waiting to buy from you. And just so you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, these are not mailing lists. A mailing list is a group of people who have given you their confidential information, their emails, because they want to know when you have something new for them.
But just as much about them. When people are making contributions to your Kickstarter campaign, they're doing so for a few reasons. A, they want to see you succeed. B, they want to be a part of that success. And C, yes, they do want a reward. All three of these reasons offer the backer some form of personal satisfaction, right? A certain amount of your Kickstarter community, your backers, will want to play an active role in your campaign by offering suggestions, making comments, and sharing your campaign. Make sure they have that opportunity. First, plan ahead. The further ahead you plan, the better chance you have to hit and exceed your goal, and I recommend you start planning for your launch at least 3 months in advance. Now, I know this might come as a shock to some people, but running a successful crowdfunding campaign does not come down to the campaign itself. It comes down to everything you do before the campaign even starts. Some of the most successful campaigns are planned a year or more in advance. Not only share, but encourage them to back the project as well. Remember the win-win concept? Oh, how those backers love seeing the money climb to the next stretch goal. Without good stretch goals, your product will feel stagnant and flat and will have a hard time moving up that kick track ladder. Also, don't forget to be active in the comment page. Be a part of your community. Not only reply to every question, but post replies to your backers' comments just to be nice. They say that engagement factors into ranking algorithms. For example, on Indiegogo, they admit that the GoGo factor is an algorithm that helps campaigns achieve greater visibility on Indiegogo. I haven't confirmed this, but I don't see why Kickstarter wouldn't have a similar ranking algorithm. The more comments, the happier the tribe. The happier the tribe, the more willing they are to share and discuss your campaign with others. Number 5, pricing your campaign goal. Your goal is to get to 100% of your campaign goal as soon as possible. Now, when it comes to the live page, you're going to need a few different things. So you're going to need a video, you're going to need compelling reward tiers or things that people can buy into or pre-order once you go live with the project. You're going to need copywriting or basically the campaign text. You're going to need GIFs and images to make the page, sprucing it up, make it more lively, make it more visually appealing and interesting. These are all the things you're going to need in order to have an offer, a compelling sales page, a compelling something you can show people and they emotionally, it evokes excitement. They want to become a backer. They think this looks really cool and they're drawn in by the promises behind the product of what it can do for their life.
Now, if you have a product, whatever it is, you've got to make sure that that minimal viable product, your test product, whatever you're showing is premium and that it is close to what they're going to get. You cannot BS folks on Kickstarter. Many of them have been duped and they won't do it again. They want to see that you're committed to the project and that you will follow through with it. The first step is committing to the project before anything else can happen. So just commit.
Make sure to create a posting/communication schedule throughout the duration of your campaign. Plan how often you want to be communicating with your audience. Is it every week, every day, every 2 weeks? What kind of content are you going to be pushing out? Maybe interviews with the actors, maybe some behind the scenes, tips and tricks. As always, a call to action is really important at the end of any of these communication forms. So remind them to like, share, and donate if they can.
Hey, thanks for listening to this YouTube video. My name again is Salvador Brigman, and I am a coach in this industry. I'm also an author, a podcaster. I do the YouTube channel, obviously, and I really try to help people launch different Kickstarter, crowdfunding campaigns, Indiegogo, equity crowdfunding, new e-commerce brands. So if I can help you in any kind of way, I would love to. First of all, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. Come subscribe to this channel for more video content just like this. Leave a comment below if you got any questions. I also got a killer book out there called the Kickstarter Kickstarter Launch Formula, which is available on Audible, on paperback version, on Amazon. You can check out the links below for more information about that. And also, if you want to talk one-on-one about your specific Kickstarter campaign, you can always book a one-on-one coaching call with me. You can find the link in the description to be able to book that call with me. Thank you for listening to this video, and I'll see you next time.